Final word.
The final word.
The final word. Yo.
Get it.
The final word.
Got that boy Big in the house.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And Law.
It's good. Let's get it.
OC on the way. Alright, man, it's kickoff to the season, baby. Ow!
No.
The final word.
Can't wait for it to get all real.
Yeah, let's go. Man. Ain't nothing like that
The
kickoff,
final
baby.
word.
Game week. You know we gonna
The
bring
final word.
So yeah, we gonna bring it to everybody, man. Final word kickoff.
We get some fire emojis in the
The
chat,
final
man.
word.
The final word.
The final word.
The final word.
The final
Yeah,
word.
baby, the final word.
The final word.
The final word.
The final word.
The final word. Y'all come on in. Come on in. We finna start the show in just a second.
Yeah.
Want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
Man, button war.
The final word.
Button war. Hey, you shot first, huh? You shot first? Yeah.
I was born in it.
The final word.
Button war.
Come on with it, baby.
Dracarys.
Burn them up.
Look at me and Big Game James up in there, man.
For rain, you gotta deal with the mud.
The final word.
Let's go.
The final word.
Yeah, man.
Parsons!
Kick off, baby. Man. Let's go.
The final word.
The final word.
The final word.
The final word.
The final
All right,
word.
man, I can't even wait no longer, bro.
The final word.
The final word.
The
I can't
final
wait.
word.
The final I can't
word.
wait. I'm teasing myself. Come on.
Shout out to everybody. Be sure to hit that like and share this content. Let's get it.
Lately I just wanna run it up.
Run it.
Kinda check or something. I've been really in the field, let up, yeah. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check or something. Lately I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up. Yeah, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives. Need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play. Charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You stock what's on the shelf and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Come on now.
I want me some glory hole.
Let's get it, man.
Let's get it, big dog.
After that intro, man, I want some of what Jerry want, man. Come on, man. Y'all put y'all hands together, man, for that. Man, that doggone boss been in the lab, man. We look
let's
good
get it,
over
dog.
there, man. Come on with it. That boy good.
Y'all clap it up for my boy Big, man. Same old kickoff, man. Let's go. So, Jay, yeah, man. So, Peter's in the building, dog. So, obviously, people want to hear from you, Big. Hey, and we got bricks for you, big dog, because you've been solid. You hear me?
Solid.
We got bricks for you.
Man.
We got bricks in the because you've been solid.
You've been stacking them bricks, man. That's what I like to see. That foundation strong.
Hey, trying to. Just talking about the Jason Peters thing. I mean, I like the signing. I ain't really tripping off. He's 40 years old. He's a hometown. He lives in East Dallas. He's coming back home to finish out his career. He feels good about it. It's not a bad deal. 1-year deal. I think it's like $2 million. He's really excited about doing the mentorship, as you can see him with Tyler Smith. People be saying Tyler Smith is small. Look at him standing next to Jason Peters. No, he's not. He's not small at all. But the good thing about it is Jason Peters comes in the building, and he's a good insurance policy. We've been talking about we need to get a veteran. We had the show last week where we were talking about mixing and matching. Boss was talking about moving Terrence Steele back over to the left and moving this over to the right and moving this. No, glad we didn't have to do none of that. So now you got Jason Peters who can really mentor not only Tyler Smith, but the other young guys, like he said, to teach them how to be a pro, teach them how to have grit, teach him how to, be good on and off the field. He was talking about teaching him how to have his sets or where to have his arms. This is going to be valuable for Tyler Smith, especially down the road. He needs something like this, and he's going to already have Tyron Smith. But when you have somebody who's active and playing, it really helps. So we'll see. I think Tyler Smith is going to be jumping out there in the first game starting. So hopefully, Jason Peters can give him some knowledge because he's going to need a lot of it going against Shaquille Barrett in that matchup. There's going to be some tough things going on. But I like the signing, and I feel good about it.
Hey, real quick, bro. I need to see. Did you just take a shot at me, dog? Did you just take a shot at me, dog? With my ideal on T still, I still stand by, dog. Don't get no debates going on here. You know what I'm saying?
I got your back.
I'm gonna wake you up, bro.
This motherfucker
He ain't gonna wake me up.
No, he's that motherfucker don't miss.
Man, hold on, because that sounded like it kind of sounded. Listen, it sounded like. Is that what we doing today? This is kickoff day, bro. So I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be all positive, but I'm for that action, dog.
I'm trying to be positive too, but I had to just make sure and let you know they did get the veteran, and they wasn't moving Terrence Steele over to the left. Keep him on the right. Let him be great on the right. He ain't had a whole time. And you said yourself, boss, when you were screaming it last year, that he should have been in the lineup last year starting. So why in the hell will we been screaming for him to be on the right, switch him all the way back to the left? That ain't making no sense, dog. And they did the right thing by getting the vet who's played left tackle. He played it last year. He's played it his whole career. And like you said, you don't have to worry about a guy coming in and switching over. And do we feel better that Matt Waletzko or Josh Ball is not playing the left tackle right now? Now you feel better because even though we know Jason Peters is not what he is and what he used to be, but he still is a savvy veteran. He knows he's got those long arms. And OC knows how to keep those guys at bay. And Dak, he's got a veteran quarterback. He doesn't have a Justin Fields who's a rookie who probably caused a few of those sacks by him running around and not being ready. Dak is more of a veteran, so that's going to be good for him if he gets out there on the field. You feel what I'm saying, boss?
No.
He'll be more comfortable.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah, you do.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah, you do.
I'm with you. I'm with you all the way. I like the pick. But real quick, I want to ask you a question. All right. Now, we just talking football. All right. So, obviously, they going with Tyler Smith. at left guard, which was my plan B. I'm cool with plan B. We go rock with plan B. We go win with plan B. But I want to ask you a question. Do we not cross-train these guys? Have we not learned our lesson?
When you say cross-train, to what degree? Are you talking about left tackle to guard, or you talking about left tackle to right tackle? Talk to me.
Yeah. So with Jason Peters, especially the way Jerry Jones talked about him, they doing a slow ramp up. All right.
Right.
So let's just assume he settles in around game 3, game 4. Okay. So when he settles in the game 3, game 4, shouldn't we continue to cross-train Tyler Smith at left tackle, even if he moves to a guard position?
No, I think that, you know, what they should do, that's going back to musical chairs, and I don't want that. If it's week 3 and we 3-0, we 4-0, don't touch it. Don't mess with it. Just understand that whatever Jason Peters is teaching Tyler Smith, he's picking it up. And what I want to happen is, if that's the case, then that means that Connor McGovern is doing a hell of a job at left guard. And I don't want them to try to change that out and get cute. I get what you're saying is that if Tyler Smith is doing a wonderful job, but you would like to kick him back at left guard and then insert Jason Peters because he's ready to go, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. That's
you
just
don't never want to do it, Law. You don't never want to compromise. Come on,
I don't
now.
want to do that.
Listen, because this is what I'm saying. I'm giving a fair warning, because I said this on the Super Show. I said on the Super Show that they should cross-train them. They should give them just a little bit of reps at tackle. I ain't saying a majority, just a little bit of reps at tackles. Because what if Jason Peters get hurt? Because we all happy about him playing 15 games last year. But remember, he started in the middle of training camp. He's starting at the beginning of the season. So he been on the couch, and he 40. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's almost like looking at T. Smith again. It's almost like we gotta at least prepare, in my opinion, for him to go down. Because right now we just throwing Tyler out there, right? And we all just crossing our fingers that it's gonna work, right? We crossing our fingers that it's gonna work.
Oh, he gonna get worked.
Yeah,
you think he gonna get worked?
I mean, if he's going against Shaq Barrett, he's going to be on his side. I mean, that's a rookie going against him. I mean, that's a problem. I mean, he's going to need, but here's the thing. On the left side, I think you get more help than you get on the right side. I think you're more on an island on the right side. So the left, you can slide more of the protection. Maybe the tight end, the running backs can chip him. Maybe help them a little more because he's going to need it. You can't be throwing that guy out there one-on-one against a caliber player like that, a guy who's not, I don't care if, boss, me and you play the game, Law, you play the game. You can't just throw a guy out there. I don't care if he's played left tackle his whole daggone career. Do you think you're going to throw him out there and he's going to start going against a guy like that? I understand. I don't have no problem with you doing that. Give him. I mean, it's here, and Jason Peters is not ready. He's not in game shape. So this is what it is. But you are going to have to give him some protection in that game. It is going to have to manifest. They said they wanted to really run the ball. Hopefully that would be better for Tyler Smith. Then he doesn't have to worry about the protection aspect and worrying about that pass rush where he can just kind of hone in and use his brute strength and just come off that line of scrimmage and they can follow after him. So maybe the game plan is really to kind of run that in the ground. But remember, we had problems with it last year with Vita Vea.
Yeah. So, OC, since you just walked in, we were just having a conversation on cross-training. And I was saying on the cross-training that basically even after this settles, that we still should have a contingency plan to at least cross-train at minimum Tyler Smith with some tackle reps. Like, so if he go back to guard, don't be like, all right, we go leave you the whole year and not assume something can happen with Jason. Because, yeah, he played 15 games last year, and the games that he missed was reportedly or allegedly from the C-19. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
But at the same time, his recent history was almost looking kind of Tyron Smith-ish. You know what I mean? So just kind of making sure we can last through the season, I'm thinking we shouldn't give up on cross training. I think we should learn what we didn't learn with Tyron Smith.
Yeah, I think the long-term plan is obviously to have Tyler Smith play tackle. So I think that it's still very appropriate to give him reps there, because at the end of the day, who is his best backup? Who is Jason Peters' best backup if you're going to run him out there in a couple of weeks? Well, it's going to be Tyler Smith. And I think the first couple of weeks, you're going to see Tyler Smith playing that left tackle position. Obviously, Jason Peters is 40 years old, so he's going to need a couple weeks to get his legs underneath him. He even said so himself. I think that you take your time with Jason Peters in terms of his conditioning, not rushing him out there, all based upon how well Tyler Smith does. If Tyler Smith is not playing well first couple of games, then you're being rushed out there a little bit sooner. At the end of the day, this is a short-term solution. No offense, Jason Peters is a borderline Hall of Fame player. Some people say he's a Hall of Fame player. I wouldn't disagree with that. But at the end of the day, you drafted Tyler Smith to be the replacement tackle, and that's exactly what he's going to be. And, the only other scenario to that will be that you throw in Josh Ball, to the left tackle position, which really is not viable in my opinion, and it's not a wise decision. So that's how I see it.
Let me echo something with you then, the OC. Would you move Tyler Smith if he's playing good versus playing bad? That's
a good
great.
question.
At what degree do you move him? Do you only move him if he's playing bad, or do you move him if he's playing good?
That's a great question, Law. I'll say this, and you led me to where I was gonna go, and I didn't want to take up too much time expounding, but I'll expound now. Thank you, Law. So here's the deal: it's several scenarios, because this is not just contingent on the play of Tyler Smith, contingent on the play of Connor McGovern. All right, they're gonna put Connor McGovern in at that left guard. How well is Connor McGovern playing? Okay, because if Tyler Smith is playing well, Connor McGovern is playing bad, and you got Jason Peters in the wing, well, you're gonna bump Tyler right back inside, and then you're gonna start Jason Peters. Now, if Connor Williams is playing his butt off, if he's giving us a Terrence Steele-ish performance with his first couple of,
we lost him.
Yeah,
now you got a conundrum. Now you got a little bit of a conundrum. Do you break up that continuity? Regardless, I feel like Jason Peters is brought into the building to play. So at some point, he's going to be out there playing. But to what extent and how fast you need him not only depends on Tyler Smith, but it also on how well McGovern plays that left guard position.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
I think, hey, if you can, boss, can you pull up the Cowboys depth chart? Because I think they showed their hand anyhow.
Yeah, I got it.
If you pull up that depth chart, you will see that I don't see any backup left guard outside of Tyler Smith. And if Connor McGovern go down, I only see Matt Farniok play at right guard and center. So who is the backup left guard at this point if Connor McGovern can't stand tall? So that's another big gray area for this team.
It looked like it's gonna be more.
No, I'm sorry, boss. I don't want to jump in here, but you do have a suitable replacement for him. And I'm about to be messy. I'll tell you in advance. I'm about to be messy. Because you do have a suitable source. There's a gentleman last name Collins.
Oh,
you gonna pull somebody?
Is he in the building?
Practice squad.
He in the building.
Yeah. Well, listen, Matt Farniok is not a bad option. Listen, the snaps that he got, he played well. So I'm not gonna hate on him and say he can't do the job. But you have a guy that has some season, that's played in the league, that's played on the left side, that's played very well when he got the opportunity to play, that's sitting right there on your practice squad. So you could that's why you have practice squad players, because there is a possibility. The Cowboys are not dumb. These guys are not dumb. They saw the tape. They know this guy can on that practice squad, that if something goes really, really wrong, that he is an option, and they should bring him from the practice squad and put him on the 53-man and give him a go at that left guard. That's my opinion.
I agree. I agree, but
That's
it looked
not
like
gonna happen,
politics.
though.
Exactly.
That's not gonna happen,
It looked
though.
like
That's not
politics
gonna
is
happen.
already deep.
You
You know what I'm saying?
So,
It's a good
I mean,
idea.
We talk about that Collins, I didn't mean to cut you off, boss. I apologize.
Nah, I'm with
But
you.
I mean, we can talk about the Collins thing, and they realized that, throw him on the practice squad, but he's not playing. It's going to be those Matt Lewiskos.
Yep.
It's going to be those Josh Balls, and it's going to be those guys who they like. And
Yep.
that's how. And the reason why they got Jason Peters is that's a shut up signing. That's to shut us the hell up. Because they like doing, I told y'all, they like doing them shut up signings, and that's a Jason Peters. That's a shut up signing. Because what it do to Cowboys land, it shut them up about the offensive line. They got us like, okay, we got Jason Peters now, blah blah blah. That was a good shut up signing. So that was what to do. Dallas listens, they listen, and then they like, okay, shut up. Anthony Barr, they waited, shut up. We got you a linebacker now. Shut up. So that's what they did. And them other guys, they ain't gonna get no chance. So Collins and them, they're not gonna get that chance unless mad people get injured and hurt.
And it's good to talk about, but we also know the politics is already shown his head. But definitely keep beating the drum for best ideas. I'm always for best ideas. You know what I mean? But we know this team is not gonna do it. But I agree, OC. I would, especially because he played on the left side before, and you want to have competition everywhere. You know what I mean? Because right now,
yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
nah.
Well, what I was gonna say is this: is that I see you guys saying it's not gonna happen, but what happens if Connor McGovern gets hurt and Matt Farr's stinking it up, and you put him out there? What do you do?
What do you happen? Then it would.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not like this is completely outside the realm of possibilities.
No,
you're only a play away.
We're not saying that. I'm not saying that.
No, I know you're not. I know
politics, he not gonna play.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying though, Farinaut, Josh Ball, and Walesko are going to get that shot. So if Connor McGovern stinks it up, it's going to be Farinaut because he did play the guard. I don't know if he played both guard spots in the preseason because I know he played heavy guard too, along with that center. And I know if Connor McGovern is a right guard and a center, and they're putting him at left guard, and they just had Matt Farinaut more at the right guard, they're going to slide him over to the left too. The first thing that they're going to do is slide him right over there. And I'm not going against what you're saying, OC, with Collins, but he's not going to get the first crack at it.
Hey, let's listen to Jerry real quick, unless you had something long.
I agree with you. I 2,000% agree with you. He ain't getting the first crack at it. It's going to have to be a cascade of unfortunate events for that to take place. Yeah, no doubt. So I agree with you, man. I agree with you.
All right. So here's Jerry. So I'm gonna play some Jerry Jones. We go just listen to it. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me get this.
Gerald Wayne Jones.
Mental capability.
Jerry, what is y'all's plan for him in terms of getting in shape, and timeline of getting on the field?
Hey, boss, switch off on me for a second.
We want to be prudent and be recognized that this isn't his first year. In other words, we've got to ease him along. Hooker is a good example of that. But Hooker was coming off an Achilles injury. And so when he came on last year, we eased him into it. And, of course, he had an outstanding year. But we did ease it into him. We had him in training camp early, and you just saw the kind of patience you want to have because you don't want to just do the obvious, and that is go out there and have an early setback.
Yeah, and he was talking about Jason Peters. So, so obviously with them taking them slow, I want to ask both of you a question. I'm going to ask the OC when he get back. So what does it specifically say about the fate of the front office and Tyler Smith to bring in 2 tackles? What is that saying about the faith in him playing that left tackle? I'll start with you, Lon.
Well, I truly believe that they're making sure that that they making sure that they have a Band-Aid in case if something start bleeding over there with Tyler Smith at that left tackle. And I come here to tell you guys, I truly believe Tyler Smith, Jason Peters, or whoever we got now, Matt Walesko, those guys that they have in place should be better than Ty Nsekhe, Byron Bell, Chaz Green, and Brandon Knight. I think that this team is more prepared at that left tackle than what we believe. I get it. A lot of people go back to 2017 when old boy Chaz Green, I believe, gave up 6 sacks against the Atlanta Falcons. Also, you got to understand that we didn't get blew out. We wasn't like 30-0 in that game. And that was Dak Prescott's second year. So I'm quite sure if you put this Dak Prescott in that same offense, you won't see those type of same mistakes. So that's how I'm looking at this. I truly believe we always banging on the table, run the ball. Well, this creates the recipe for us to run the ball, because the best way to get your tackles and your guards ready to play this game is running the ball. Right. And he was the highest graded rush blocker in the in the college league last season. That was Tyler Smith, right?
Yep.
So let's go with it. Let's run the ball.
With it. All right.
Well, let me jump in there on this. This is the only thing I worry about, Law and Boss, is that, yes, he was the top run blocker in college.
Yep.
In college.
Yep.
Not in the NFL, and he's going against Vita Vea. He's going against they brought over Akeem Hicks from Chicago. That's a big addition that they brought over to supplement Ndamukong Suh. So he's going against a tough line, and then he's going against Barrett. And now here's the thing: you got Connor McGovern, right? And I love Connor McGovern. I keep on, and we got Tyler Biadasz, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got a rookie over there who hasn't played offensive tackle in the league, right? So don't they communicate on the line of scrimmage?
Yeah.
And people worry about Connor McGovern at left guard, right? And we don't know about Connor McGovern. He's more to the right guard. So that's the only thing I worry about: Tyler Biadasz, the Connor McGovern, and the Tyler Smith, because you got the rookie who's never played it in the NFL, no reps. Now the communication when they're trying to do some stunts, when they sending blitzes on that side. That's where I worry about the communication coming in that game. So I think that's my only concern. I say going in, I think eventually I agree with you saying, Law, as far as I think we have better players than you had in those core that you mentioned before right now. But they real fresh and green. And I just worry about the communication issues, because Dallas has been known to have communication issues on the line, right?
Right.
That may rear its head Sunday. So that's something to look at, in my opinion.
Let me ask you this, though, before Boss go. The combination that we had last year on the road, was it worse last year or was it worse now? Because you had pretty much a rookie, Tyler Biadasz, because he was pretty much redshirted his first year. So that was a rookie versus Vita Vea. You had Connor McGovern at right.
He had
some games. But all right, so let's just say this. Let's say I'm talking about last year against Vita Vea, right?
Okay.
So he was on the road versus Vita Vea. That combination, he had Connor McGovern to his right, and he had Connor Williams to his left, Tyler Biadasz, right? So now we got Tyler Biadasz versus Zach Martin to his right, and now we would have Connor McGovern to his left. Do you think that this is a better combination than what he had last year versus now?
Yeah.
I would say yes, because you have Zach Martin.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
you know
better.
what I'm saying? And you have Zach Martin.
And Connor McGovern is stronger than Connor Williams, right?
Well,
exactly.
I would say Connor McGovern never got pushed back like Connor Williams, Law.
And here's the issue. Here's the thing I have a problem with, because we seen Connor McGovern like 5 games at left guard last year, right?
Yep.
Let's not admit that our minds were poisoned from people out there. As soon as people out there said Connor McGovern was trash, can we admit that, yo? Can we admit that once it was said out there Connor McGovern was trash, nobody ever wants to say Connor McGovern can play left guard now. Nope, he can't play left guard. no matter what he play on the line of scrimmage, it can't be left guard. Is that not right?
Yes,
is that not what
that's
we
true,
hear?
bro. That is true, man. Hold on, real quick. Hold on.
Not at left guard.
Yeah.
Facts.
Facts.
You know what I'm
Hey, Big Game James.
Here.
Tell them to watch that Saints tape and let me know if Connor McGovern wasn't in that game. He won that game because he got to the second level and made it so that Tony Pollard can score that touchdown. Go ahead.
I do know there are certain narratives that are just created that are just pure lies. Like when I listen to the fan talk about Steele, I'd be like, what film y'all watch? Because they really act like he's a bum. They act like Steele is an outright bum. Like I heard them say, Tyler Smith is twice as strong as Steele. I was like, bro, did y'all see Steele last year? There was no offensive lineman that had more pancakes than Steele. So going back to your McGovern point, it is narratives that get put out there that, and these people would not back up their cases with no film. Ever. It's just rumors.
I mean, you feel me? Because, dog, I mean, let's keep it real. His first game he started, and I keep going back to this because I talked to his pops. I'm sorry, and I'm not trying to even be poison. Like, I'm very objective. Like, I understand it. I'm not saying that he didn't have an uneven performances. But when you start out, this is what I keep going back to my mind. If you never played left guard ever.
Right.
Ever.
It's
not like Tyler. Here's the thing. Tyler Smith is going and playing tackle, right?
Yeah.
But he played tackle in college.
Right.
So he is a natural tackle.
At least there's some kind of bite.
Right. He never played left guard. He always played center, right guard, never played left guard. And then you just throw him in left guard, and then you go against Chris Jones, monster, dog, animal, beast. You feel me?
Context.
He didn't go against trash players when he was. How many sacks? Did he give up 5 sacks or something?
Nope.
No. Gave up 1 sack.
Yeah. It was a lot of comparison with the athleticism. That's what a lot of people was comparing.
I will say, I'll admit, Connor Williams, in my opinion, did have better athleticism
better
than
feet,
Connor McGovern. He did have better feet, and he still, I think, still does.
Yeah, better feet.
But what we was wanting, right, was that power.
Right.
That was that power, not getting pushed back when that D tackle, when that zero, when that big 350 guy is pushing us back in the pocket and destroying the run game, right?
Yeah.
And we was complaining about that with Tyler Biadasz, that he needed to get bigger and stronger.
Right.
Because that middle of the pocket cannot get pushed back. Dak cannot get pushed back where he can't even get a daggone pass off because it's getting destroyed in the middle.
Right.
So to your point, Law, I agree with you saying, yes, I feel better with the combination this year opposed to last year. And because I feel like Connor McGovern really worked his butt off. His pop said remember we talked, Boss, how he said he was getting with Joe Philbin's people to get better at left guard this whole summer.
Yeah.
Worked with his people specifically on left guard to get better at it. So it's not like he sat on his butt and said, no, I'm not trying to get better at it. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So that gives me more confidence this year, especially because he's already played it last year. Now it's not going to be so foreign to him stepping into the plate this year.
Right.
That's all I wanted, man. That's all I wanted, man.
That's
Appreciate you so
wanted.
much, man. That's all I wanted because this is a better combination this year versus what it was last year.
True.
And I can truly look at this. It should be even better because we are at home too. So the communication should be a lot stronger. And these 2 games is so pivotal because now this can give everybody worried about Tyler Smith and this and that. The only person that I'm worried about on this offensive line is number 63. That's the only person that I'm worried about because I seen in practice whereas he moonwalking back into Dak Prescott. I seen in practice whereas he's not still as strong as I want him to be. And I could be 1,000% off, but what I can see with my eyes and looking at Tyler Biadasz getting walked back is very alarming. And I'm quite sure I'm worried to the degree why nobody else is pointing this out. That's all I'm going to say.
I am concerned. I am.
Oh, you are concerned too? Good. About time,
I'm
man.
concerned.
I got somebody else on the page with me on that one.
Not even.
And it's not me
no.
pressing the panic button, by the way. I'm just saying.
I'm concerned about Tyler Smith.
Only?
Yeah.
I'm concerned. Now,
yeah.
I'm not panicking, but I'm concerned.
Right.
That's it. So, because he got no reps in training camp, right? And they just throwing him out there. Now, I think he mentally ready for it, though. I checked him out even more big. You know what I'm saying? I checked out a lot of his interviews, and I thought about you, bro. I think you was dead right on the mental toughness that he has, that whatever happens, he's gonna bounce back, whatever happens.
Right.
Yeah.
But and when I'm saying
fold.
concern, I'm talking about out of 60 snaps, y'all listen to me. I'm talking about maybe
talking real, boss. Talk real, boss.
I'm talking about giving up maybe a sack and 2 holds, something like that. But they go kill his reputation over that, though. But I think he go get through it. But I am concerned. He not gonna melt down. I don't see meltdown. I don't see Chaz Greenish. I don't see, you know, I don't see that.
I don't see that at all.
I don't see.
He might get worked a little bit though.
Yeah, he might get worked.
Rookie, boss.
He a rookie with no reps out there. And see, this is also the key. This is also the key. We know they only get 1 padded practice a week.
1.
Right.
Yeah.
And what did Jason Peters say? He said you can't get in shape and you can't get better until what? You get the pads on. Ain't that what he said? That's why they giving him 2 weeks. Because you can't throw him out there. They not even throwing him out there.
Right. Because it'll be all bad.
Yeah.
It'll be all bad.
You got it. Yeah. So, but going back to my question, because I did ask this question. I say, what did it say for them to get 2 left tackles? What did it say about Tyler Smith? I actually think it's saying 2 things. I'm thinking what it's saying is they seeing him as a developing tackle.
Right.
So it's almost like a cake, right? When you put it in the oven, you better not pull that thing out too fast. It's smelling good. The whole house is smelling good. But don't pull that cake out too fast. I think that's what they doing. I think they brought Jason Peters in because they want Tyler to cook. You know what I'm saying? I think they saying we like him, but we want to process him right. I think I'm seeing 2 things. I'm seeing Jason Peters as insurance and a mentor and a guy that allows Tyler Smith to cook. Because I think they wanted him to first cook at left guard and slowly pull him out the oven around mid-season. You know what I'm saying? But their plans and their long-term plans got interrupted with the early absence of T. Smith. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this then, boss.
Mm-hmm.
If at left tackle or any spot on this field, Tyler Smith, over or under sacks, how many sacks will he allow? Over or under 10? Well, let me do this. Just put how many sacks will he allow?
If he played a whole year, Tyler Smith?
Yeah, Tyler Smith.
Oh, he go give up about 8 to 10 if he played a whole year.
And that's par. Because
that's okay because Tyron Smith gave up like 10.
Yeah.
There you go.
He give up like 10 because he was on. Remember, Tyron Smith was on the right side at first.
Right. He got cooked over there. He got cooked.
He got tore up. He got tore up on the right side.
Yeah.
He was better at the left. Once he got on the left, he was cool.
Yeah, he was
cool. On that right side, his first
Hey.
year, he got murdered.
Yeah.
I got the stats right here. He gave up 8 sacks on the right side. Okay. And he had about 10 penalties. That's his rookie year, right tackle. His sophomore year, he gave up or allowed only 3 sacks, but he had 11 penalties. On the left tackle. But to flip it around, your boy Doug Free played left tackle that year, and he gave up 11 sacks and he gave up 11 penalties. So
that's why they
said, "Well, hell, we might as well
remember,
put the fish out there, the young fish out there, right?"
Well, you know that was their plan. Kind of how they looking at Tyler Smith. That was their plan. Like, let's kind of put him on the right side first and then let him get some reps, and then we're going to put him on the left, and that's where he's going to be. But let's get him on the field right now. And I feel like that's what they were probably trying to do with Tyler Smith. Like, he's going to be our left tackle, but we want him to play now. So we got to avoid that guard. He's a big, strong guy. He can play it because he's right there. So let him play guard, and then as soon as it's over, just slide him over, because they were doing the same thing with Tyron Smith. So they probably had that same type of mindset with Tyler Smith. I mean, probably.
Hey, let's listen to Jerry real quick. Jerry go talk about their plans.
I'm tired of listening to that old ass.
Here we go.
In practice, I want to see some snaps if possible. He's along in man deep and good there by the time we get to getting close to playoff time.
Jerry Jones here on The Fan. Jerry, what have you seen from Tyler at tackle in practice recently?
Well, you see in practice ever since he's been here, you see his power. You can see his shortcomings. But boy, those are really fixable shortcomings relative to technique, just, if you will, tricks of playing the game. And one thing that I don't want to underestimate about Tyler Smith is how intelligent he is. This guy's exceptional. And boy, that plays a big role in how you adapt and how you adapt to really adjust to what you're playing against, not only in preparation for the coming week, but during the game, adjustments, as well as just in his case, getting his foundation right. And of course, Peters will really be able to help him along the lines there. And our coaching is really oriented toward helping young players. If they have a strength, it's young player strength.
Yeah, so it sounds like that boy not cooked, y'all. Just keeping it real. He not cooked.
You just say you got to keep him in the oven then.
Keep him
Don't
in the
pull him
oven.
out too, you destroy all his confidence.
Yeah. And I think his confidence gonna be cool though.
He gonna be cool though, boss.
That part, I think he gonna be steady. I just think, I think it's
but
gonna
you know
be
what
a
it
little
is,
bumpy.
boss?
Yeah.
You got to get the growing pains.
Yeah, I agree.
You got to. We can't have a shortcut to this.
He's a first round draft pick. He's a first round draft pick. He drafted him 21st. He's got to play. I mean, when you see these guys, number one, I mean, especially around this time, you see second rounders and third rounders that are playing right now. They're starting right now. So definitely your first rounder has to be starting, especially when Tyron Smith went down and you were eventually going to put him there anyway. Why would you wait? What would be the holdup? You feel me? You ain't going to start no Josh Ball. You ain't starting Matt Waletzko. You know Jason Peters is not ready for that work right now. So, yeah, we know he's not ready. We all probably know he ain't ready. We'd be foolish to say he's ready. Oh, Tyler Smith, yeah, he's ready. No, he's not ready. And we all know that. And we're all probably sitting there thinking like, I hope he just don't get murdered kind of in this game. I hope he just – we're all sitting there hoping he don't get murdered in this game. Let's just tell the damn truth. We're hoping he don't get murdered out there. Please don't get murdered. No, 10 holding penalties. Just holding. Number 73. Offense.
But you got to have it. Hey, on top of that, that's not the only spot with the weakness. The other spot is the wide receivers. You think that there will not be no growing pains in that spot?
I don't even want to talk
they
about
got reps at training camp though.
Yeah, they got reps, but they still gonna have to.
We saw in Dallas.
Noah Brown getting 1,300 yards.
Stop, big. You need to stop, bro. Hey, Bilal. We saw Tolbert turn up them last couple of days. In Dallas. I mean, turn up. Don't trip, big. Don't trip, bro. He turned up, dog.
Okay, he did, but this Tampa Bay, dog.
So?
I'm just saying.
Man, I'm gonna let out some. I'm gonna let out a nice little surprise. Y'all ready?
Hold up, preseason
Come on, man.
He had the drop seat. This gonna be his first game. It's gonna be some nervousness now.
Man, listen. Hey, you know what I would do if I'm Kellen Moore? I want you to hear me on this. I will put the ball in Tolbert's hand a lot. This game.
Confidence early.
Yep.
Get him confidence early.
Yeah, cause he gonna be the mismatch. He gonna be the mismatch.
What if they're shutting down CD and Dome?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Feed
run
Tolbert.
the ball.
Do that. You know Tampa's gonna do that, right?
Just run the ball.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying. You run the ball. This
Exactly.
is the perfect recipe to run the ball.
But we gonna have to throw it sometime, Law.
They're gonna have to throw it.
At some point.
They're gonna have to throw it. We're gonna have to throw it. So
But
who's
this is the reality of it.
If they go 4 wide, who's out there? They got 4 wide. Who the 4
Pull
receivers out
up
there
the
go
depth
4
chart.
wide?
Pull up the depth chart again. Let me see.
Who's out there?
I can show you right now.
Are you putting Kavontae Turpin, Tolbert, Noah
4
Brown,
wide.
CeeDee Lamb, 4 wide? Because you got to get Turpin in there.
Right.
So
Lamb is on 1.
Yep.
Go.
Yeah. So
Two is on Noah Brown.
Ugh.
I know. Ugh.
3 will be.
Them some big shoes, bro. Noah
Tolbert.
got some
Three
real
will
big
be
shoes.
Tolbert.
Number 2, bro, you got to turn up as the number 2. You can't listen, bro. You can't be the number 2 receiver and be over here. I ain't trying to hear no.
Everybody said he ready.
Ugh. Number 2,
Noah Brown,
man, your
baby.
number 2 got to be a threat. To me, that's what I'm saying, bro. Feed Jalen Tolbert, anoint him. Anoint him, man. Anoint him early. Early. Get his confidence going.
I think Simi will have a better game 1 than Jalen Tolbert against that
I might
defense.
have to sway on that one.
I bet you it won't happen. I will bet that.
Simi is going to catch a touchdown this Sunday night. It's going to be
in the red
nasty.
zone?
Man, I bet you Tolbert
I'm
turn
gonna be
up.
so crunk.
I'm so ready for this, bro. I bet you Tolbert turn up. Over Simi. I will take that bet.
Okay,
I will give you your apple. I'll give you your apple crown, boss. I'll give you your apple crown.
That's a bet. That's a bet.
Let's put the apple crown versus my Hennessy.
That's a bet.
Who gonna turn up more?
Yeah, game 1. Game 1. All right,
Yeah.
all right. Let's be clear on the standards. Are we talking touchdowns? Are we talking yards? What are we talking?
All right, let's do this one. All right, let me see. Simi's getting a touchdown. I'm telling you, he getting a tub.
Yeah, touchdown.
He jumping in the tub.
I bet you Tolbert have more catches.
He ain't getting no yards receiving.
Simi gonna catch a bomb, man. You know that Cooper Cup. He gonna catch it. He gonna take the top.
Bomb.
Watch.
No,
Simi,
catch
free
it over the
Hoko.
middle. Simi Fehoko gonna catch a 7-yard in.
Ponytail and all gonna be running in the end zone,
And
and you gonna be like, ah!
I'm gonna go Simi, like Timmy.
Simi.
All right, so we just gonna look at the overall box score. If Simi's got more numbers and better results than Jalen Tolbert, then you owe me, and if vice versa. All right,
Yeah.
let's do that.
We
Let's
gonna
do
do
that.
that bet.
Gentlemen's
Gentleman's
bet.
Apple. Yeah.
Henny versus Crown.
So,
yeah.
so yeah, we got 1,000-something witnesses today. Yeah, we want y'all to hear
That's a
me
big
out.
old picture of Jalen Tolbert right there.
Oh yeah,
man.
I got you,
That's
bro.
a big picture, man. That's a good picture.
Yeah,
right
man.
there.
Yeah, man. We 4K except that one. That's a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
that
other
one
one was.
that one right there, crispy.
Yeah.
Semi-crispy
Yeah.
too, bro. But I'm gonna win that
Ponytail
bet.
and all.
I'm gonna win
man.
that bet. Ooh, I'm gonna win that bet. I tell you, I'm gonna win that bet. That boy Tolbert is gonna turn up. I think this game fit him perfect. Cause you know they go double CD. They go double CD, and then Schultz say, bruh,
He needs some milk.
I need some milk. Yes.
He needs some milk.
Yeah, Schultz, this matchup. Should I lie? Keep it real.
Keep it real.
Schultz burnt
Man,
him the
come
first
on,
game,
bro.
didn't he? Let me go back to the first game. Let me go pull up my stats. What he did first game. Schultz.
I mean,
Did he?
Schultz had a decent game. Let me see.
Schultz gonna get some catches. He gonna get some catches.
He
dog. You
goes
know he
on
gonna
them
get
up.
About 5.
He goes on
He gonna
up.
get about 5. Schultz
You
getting
see
about
what
5,
Schultz
but
had
at
last
least.
year versus those boys. You know,
But here's my thing though. We ain't seen the whole squad the whole preseason. That's crazy.
Oh, Schultz had 6 receptions for 45 yards.
See? Yep, he gonna do that again.
Yeah, he gonna do that. Yeah, he gonna do that.
But y'all know who ate in that game? I had a caller to call in. He said, "Yeah, Law." I went back and watched the game. Coop had 13 receptions and 139 yards and 2 touchdowns.
All the way up.
Yeah, that was one of the few games they targeted him.
Yeah,
they featured him in that game. Because they know they needed to. It was that, but it was the big game, week 1. Tom Brady in Tampa. You feel me, boss? They wanted to make it look all good. We gonna bang with them in battle. But after that was over, back to what we know.
So Fihoko gonna have 7 catches. Fihoko gonna have 7 catches, 140 yards in a tub.
Man,
I
7
hope so.
catches,
I hope so.
104 yards.
That's when Tom Downey said one of the extremely outlandish takes. Give me an extremely outlandish Cowboy something this year. There you go, right there.
There it is.
No, my guy, landlord for this morning. Come on, man. That's not a bold prediction, guys.
That's outlandish.
I got something else for you boys. I want you to check this out. So, like real quick, I want to get y'all opinion on something. What does it mean for Anthony Barr to go from 55 to 42?
No,
because you gave Jason Peters that 71.
Oh,
you took it right off. You took it right off Matt. Come here, Matt. Come here, Matt. But when the vet wanted his 55, they was like, nah, we go keep it on our guy.
Well,
LVE wasn't giving up that number, dog.
Man, Peters first ballot, man. Come on, man. Jason Peters first ballot Hall of Fame, man.
Because you already know that I don't even think that's one of the things where, like, you maybe say where a boss, like, they still like LVE. If I'm LVE, I ain't giving you 55 neither.
Right.
You just came on the scene.
But I'm older than you. My film is better than you, dog.
Man, hold on.
My film is better than yours, dog. My career is better than yours, dog.
Are you trying to? Are you comparing? Hold on. What are you comparing, boss?
LVE. My rookie year was pretty good.
Right.
And I've been here in
pretty
Dallas.
good.
I'm not giving up no 55 to you when you've been here 2 weeks.
Are you trying to say that Matt Walesko would have had a fighting chance? Well, with Matt Walesko 71, he had more of a fighting chance to keep 71.
No, he didn't have no chance.
Over LVE.
Like you said,
he was a rookie. Come on.
They ripped it off of him like, give me that. Sit your ass.
The only person that I wish would have kept their number was Cavante Turpin. He should have kept 2. That just looked better on him than Jordan Lewis.
They stripped that number 9 off that boy so fast.
They gonna give him 16.
Yeah, they stripped that. They stripped that number off that boy so fast.
I would have went to Jordan Lewis.
Yeah, Ferguson should have stayed 48.
Yeah.
Oh, that 48 was growing on me, man. You ain't lying.
48 was cold on him.
Man, that 48 was, that 48 was looking extra sweet.
Extra sweet, boss.
Yeah, I agree, dog.
48.
Yeah.
He was different with 48. Now you just normal with 87. You normal.
Boy, that 48 was looking sweet, and I'm very critical of numbers, bro. I'm very critical of how to. Man, that 48 was looking sweet juice. Hold on, let me go back to these numbers. Let me go to these numbers.
That's why I'm mad. I'm mad when Cox got out of the 48. I was like,
that 48 was dope. I ain't gonna lie, that 48.
I'm feeling that 14 on Cox though now. I like that.
Still like a wide receiver out there, man.
He built like a wide receiver.
Yeah. You don't really look at 14 coming down and feeling, that 14 laid the wood on him.
Hey, it's one more part of Jerry though, man. I wanted to get to with you boys, man. It sound like, and shout out to the fan, man. And this clip from the fan, man. Appreciate the fan coming through for us with this little clip-o. All right. And then obviously the link is in the description, so y'all go check it out. But it's one part that stood out to me. I want to run this by y'all real quick.
What's that?
Let me go to it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Check it out. Y'all listen to this.
Example. But, boy, that's the art of the deal, is to try to come in with something that gives you that edge, that continued edge. My main thing is I like to see adjustments made during the season and during the games more. And we've had a lot of times where it just seems we were pretty set in how we and what we were doing, and didn't make those adjustments. Now that's easy to do when you're losing a ball game, is to second guess it. But fundamentally, I like to see us have some flexibility. I think that's, again, going back to that net definition. I think some flexibility, ability to adjust in games when we prepared and it's not working for us. I think all of that will help us, the opposition, from just depending on where we've got a obvious frailty. We've got to go away from that frailty. Now this is just obvious fundamental stuff, but the game is designed to do different things if you get stopped real good doing.
Now we know what he's talking about when he say if you get stopped real good. He talking about the offense.
He did.
What you plan to do, you've got to do it a different way.
Jerry, you meant.
Ooh, wait a minute, because that was clear.
Get your damn act together.
All right, we got to talk about that, dog. Big, I see your face, man. You first did.
No, I want to hear Law. I want to hear Law say it. I want to hear Law. I want to hear Law on this.
There's no shortcut to success. Mm-hmm. And what he's saying basically is what all we've been banging on the table for with Kellen Moore.
Yep.
Now, I'm in the land of hope right now with Kellen Moore. I had some hate mail from people say, you don't believe in Kellen Moore. And no, that's not the case nor the scenario. We know that the dude was his third year ever calling plays. Now, for Jerry Wayne Jones to say, hey, I'm expecting for him to make the necessary adjustments, where he's going to pull it from, what resources or sources he's going to pull it from. Y'all do know when you say resources, is pulling from the source. Who is his source? He didn't have any source to pull from. No resources at all from Kellen Moore. Yes, he is a derivative or an extension of Scott Linehan and Jason Garrett. Those are the people that he learned from. And, of course, Big Mike McCarthy was sitting there, but he already said, hey, since I'm unsullied, Mike, that's the person that y'all chose. I'm going to let you see what he's all about. I'm not going to help this kid put out the fire in the house at all. I'm going to let him burn it all the way down because he's the one that installed the plays. He the one got to call the plays. Don't come back home to daddy. No, This is not the prodigal son situation here. I'm not finna cut open a fat cow and give you food to eat. No, you're going to have to learn the hard way. And it's going to be on the backs and the pain of the Cowboy fan. And of course, it's for Jerry Jones to say that I'm right. The kid is young. And you talking about making the necessary adjustment. Come on, fam.
Ooh, hold on. I got to hit below button on this.
3, 2, 1, drop it. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best.
Drop it hard.
Let's go.
It's time to do.
I mean, Jerry talks too much for me. I mean, me personally, he just be rambling. You just be talking, dog. I don't be listening to Jerry, bro. Like he's saying all this for what? He's just remember when he was fake mad at Kellen last year, or just 4 months earlier he was fake mad at him. Oh, I'm mad. I'm getting rid of some people. There's gonna be heads rolling. Man, ain't nothing happened. You feel me? So I don't want to hear Jerry and him just rambling, just talking about. I want to see some adjustments. I want to see this and that. Because like I said, Stephen Jones is the one that's really on this now. And Stephen Jones love Kellen Moore because I don't hear Stephen Jones saying nothing about Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
Okay? I hear Jerry saying something. I don't hear Stephen. You know what I'm saying? So if he ain't saying nothing about him, in my opinion, he's still bulletproof with it. And so he can still mess up and drop the ball and do what he does because they are still going to come back and say, look, our first couple years, we was number one offenses with Kellen Moore in his first year when he was 30 years old. His second year, he had a number one type offense. And he was 32 years old. He's still young. And that's what Stephen Jones is going to live on because what is he like? He loves young players, young coach. He loves young everything. So he's still going to get a shot. So Mike McCarthy is saying, I ain't dealing with it. Just like Law said, like, you go ahead and let do it then. I ain't going to be going down with you. So this is where I say, fellas, where are the Dallas Cowboys going to step over and rise above this all of a sudden and be triumphant? You feel me? Because we are already seeing this before the season starts, right? Mike McCarthy saying, I ain't dealing with it. My hands ain't on it. And now you hear Jerry saying, well, he got to be able to make the adjustments and this and this. So now it looks like Kellen Moore, you just out there. So like you just said, Law, now is Dallas the Cowboys, the team, going to suffer because everybody's just all of a sudden putting this on Kellen Moore now?
Well, I want to see because I got to be very careful, man.
Be very careful.
I want to be very careful because, see, I made a vow. I've used words. These are my words. It's a big thing for Boss Cowboy to actually say publicly that he drunk Kool-Aid. Listen, I do not drink Kool-Aid without first measuring. Those are my words. That is what I swore. That is what I swore to measure Kool-Aid. So, is Jerry listening to Michael Irvin and Emmitt Smith?
Yeah, I believe so.
Like, I'm not trying to get my hopes up big, you feel me? But I always wondered, how do you not listen to Aikman, Irvin? You might ignore Jimmy Johnson, but ignoring Aikman, Irvin, and Emmitt Smith, who called out Kellen Moore by name on adjustments and the lack thereof. Emmitt, matter of fact, said it was the lack thereof on Kellen Moore. And so when I heard his words and I think about what Lauren said, I did hear finally where she said, I'm glad Jerry finally speaking on it, because honestly, I never heard him speak on it. And I do agree with you on Stephen Jones, big, but I never heard Jerry speak about Kellen Moore making adjustments until today. If he is, I am gonna drink a little sip of Kool-Aid. Just a sip. Just a sip, because that's good pressure on Kellen. You know what I mean? So I want to get y'all thoughts on that. Is Jerry echoing playmaker?
Well, we heard this song before. We heard that they wanted Jason Garrett to stop calling plays and be more of a walk-around coach and get less responsibilities and call plays, right? We heard about that. Now, that was the head coach aspect of it. Right. Now, fast-forwarding to this part, the offensive coordinator, I want you guys to listen. Listen to what I'm saying, not y'all two.
Yeah.
But everybody else is listening. This is absolute no hate at Kellen Moore.
They said first test.
He got to go through the growing pains. There's no skipping of this to success. There's none. Like I said before, I said this before. I talked to a Washington commander, Louis T., and I said, what would you give up to have Sean McVay back into the building? Kyle Shanahan back into the building? Everything. But he wasn't. Those guys wasn't who they are now back then. So they had to go through their growing pains. And what we're saying collectively is Kellen Moore going through his growing pains, the number one offense in total yards and points last season. There's talent in there, but you can't escape the growing pains. That's all I'm saying. Just a sip. Stargaze, Lauren.
Yeah, and then somebody said, "Hey, these comments are killing me, man." Somebody, my boy C said, "First test it, boss. Don't just drink it. Just take a test." I'm saying, man, the chat, boy, y'all read the chat going off, man. My boy Triple D say, "Don't do it, boss. Don't drink it. Don't drink." I agree. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna take y'all advice.
We're gonna have to find it. You know how those drug dealers, boss, when they finna go test to see if it's pure, they take the little pinky.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to find a clip of you doing that on some Kool-Aid. We make some Kool-Aid blocks where Boss Cowboy, he just take his pinky.
Oh, bro, that's what I did. I need to taste the purity.
Finish him.
Bruh.
You gonna snort the Kool-Aid.
For real, yeah, cause the Cowboys got me like Big right now. I ain't gonna even lie. They got me like Big, man. I'm just like Big. I'm so wait and see on a lot of stuff. I ain't drinking no Kool-Aid, man. I'ma wait.
None.
Wait,
because
dog.
let's keep it real.
Bruh.
I mean, because I'm gonna go back and say this: don't get fooled. And I'm not saying let's not, don't get hyped and don't get happy about your team. Excuse me, but let's not go crazy because, as I said, we seen winning streaks in 2014. We seen winning streaks in 2016. We seen winning streaks in 2018. We seen winning streaks last year, and what happened? Nothing happened but losses. So I'm not drinking, sipping, nothing. No kind of nothing, Kool-Aid, nothing. Because let me see a winning streak in the playoffs. That's what I haven't seen. A winning streak in the playoffs. I don't care about winning streaks in the regular season. I need to see winning streaks in the playoffs.
Hey, and let me get your back real quick. I gotta get my boy Big back real quick, man. I gotta keep it all the way real, man, because I'm seeing kind of like some people trying to put pressure on my dog. And I'm gonna tell y'all something to keep it balanced. I'm gonna keep it all the way balanced. There should be no measuring of fandom when it comes to my boy Big. Ain't nobody better. Ain't nobody worse. And I'm gonna say this. He from DFW, man. You don't think my boy want a championship up in here? Huh? You don't think my boy
you feel me? Why? I wouldn't even get mad. Like, I wouldn't even still be getting upset. Not even get upset, but you know how y'all know how I get when I start to get to rambling and get to getting excited and stuff.
Right.
Because I still have a passion for my team. I love my squad. I would not do this if I didn't.
Right.
But not to cut you off, boss. It's just like, that's why I do this. But if you really listen to me, I'm very objective. I can sit there and say, I don't believe this. I don't believe that. But then we can still sit there and say, that's a good player right there. Or, this may work right here. You can still have objectivity with pessimism, whatever that damn word is, how you say it. Y'all know what I mean. You can still be pessimistic in a way, but still be objective to what you see in your team. And I feel like that's what I am. So I don't shut down the Cowboys and just say, man, nope. Because if they do something good, boss, me and you both know this.
We love it.
If we were wrong in something, we'll switch up and be like, hey, I was wrong on that. Good job. Let's make that happen. I don't have no problem saying that. But I'm not drinking no damn Kool-Aid in this regular season, no matter what they do. They can go 16-0. I ain't drinking jack poo.
Man, I'm drinking so much Kool-Aid, man.
But hold on, let me
No,
explain this.
You gonna be
let me explain something real quick.
No.
What Big is saying, because I think a lot of people misunderstand you, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's like, listen, we need all types of fans. You need Big is that fan that hold the front office and coaches accountable. That's his style. You might be the fan to where whatever they do, you not gonna complain. You go just go with it. You a good fan. He also a good fan. let's not get that twisted, because you need both. You need people that hold people accountable. Then you need people that's gonna ride all the way. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Break me down, Law. Break me down, boss. I'm calling you Law, but break me down, man.
You objective.
Break me down. I'm calling him me.
You objective, but you hopeful. You know what I'm saying? Big is hopeful, but he like, I'm not finna start saying Super Bowl in the season. That's what he's saying. Okay. I'm gonna start saying Super Bowl when I see these boys get over that hump. Until they get over that, and see, this is why I gotta get my boy Big back, because I saw him not want to do it last year. For about 3/4 of the season, Big was nope, and right at the end, he starts sipping.
Sipping like a mother sucker.
He starts sipping,
making videos like, "Hey man, I think this team can go to the Super Bowl."
Right?
I was saying that
he starts sipping. And so when they let him down,
I'm just hurt me.
Yeah,
like,
because it was like 2016. It was like 2007. It was like 2018. It was.
Yes, it was.
And my boy is real. I'm gonna have my boy back because I love his style. Because I'm gonna say this too. He also know with his style, he ain't trying to get no job with the Cowboys. Not with his style. No.
No Cowboys wouldn't even. They'd be like, hell to the no.
He ain't trying to get no job. He that real. So if somebody is telling you that level of truth, you better respect it.
And you know what else, boss? Here's the thing. I remember being the fan where you couldn't say anything against my Cowboys ever in your life. I would fight you to the end. Like I was that fan, never say nothing about my Cowboys. And I knew the mess ups, the policies, but you could never say nothing about my Cowboys. Like if you did, and if you were a fan, I'm like, man, he ain't no real fan. I would say that too. I was saying that too, so I can understand where y'all coming from. Oh, he ain't this and that. But I'm gonna tell you right now, this is what I love about it. When I went to media school, Boston Law, y'all know what I mean? When we got into this media thing and start talking to the media people and seeing everything, that makes you start changing. It's just like if you kind of in a profession and you see it from afar and you want to get in it, just like what they talk with Hollywood and they're like, oh, or the record business. Oh man, I can't be a rapper, movie star. Then when they get there, they're like, oh man, I didn't know it was like this, dog. It's up in here. It's crazy. And it changes your perspective of it when you're in it. So the people on the outside are like, oh, this is crazy. What's the first thing you say? Man, ain't everything you think it is. You feel me?
Yep.
And that's where I feel like it's coming from. Now we in media. I'm not going to be the gun-ho fan because I seen everything I never saw before when I was looking on the outside in. And so
somebody said you like Brian Brothers. No, he realer.
Yeah.
He realer, dog. Listen, I've been with this dude. What's that news dude that's read up on us? Joe Tran. Oh, Joe Tran ran up on us.
Yeah.
Ooh, I was like, bro, I don't know if you like watch the intro close. Law even did the dude like this. say, listen, my boy flexed his independence. I trust Big. I don't care what y'all say. I don't trust nobody that's always telling me what I want to hear. I want that dude that's gonna say, hey, boss, come here, bro. Come here, boss. Hey, before you go in the club, here's some gum. That's my boy. That's Big.
Nose, man.
You got a booger, bro. I know you think you clean right now, but your breath humming. That's Big. And you gotta respect that. If you don't respect that, you don't understand the homie. But anyway, how we go?
Hey, before you go there, I just want to say this. I think me and Big is on the same page. I'm not saying Super Bowl. My whole objective analysis is this: we better than the NFC. We the best team in NFC East. My other objective analysis is this too. I said before we can go around saying we're going to win the Super Bowl, let's get to the playoff game.
Yeah,
win a playoff game from there. Then we can say, okay, let's win another playoff game, and we will reset our expectations. That's my stance on this. But I'm objectively speaking, and optimisms all the way to that point. And I believe that I love this type of universe, whereas Big Game James can be like, hey, man, we ain't going no doggone Super Bowl right now. We need to do this. We need to do this. Yeah. I love that. And I love the way the energy that Big Game James brings to the table. And that's why we are all one big family. That's all I wanted to say on this, man.
Montana say, I guess I'm not a real fan. Nah, you're a real fan, big dog. You're a real fan.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely a real fan.
Yeah, you like, super real fan, dog.
I don't hate on nobody, the super positive fan, all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But just don't hate on me for how I am, because I'm not going to be like you. I'm not going to say unicorns and rainbows when I don't believe that. And if you don't feel that way and you feel some kind of way about it, I don't know what to tell you.
Somebody said... God, Good Tear says his analysis is get rid of Kellen Moore.
Listen, man,
that boy crazy.
See, I wasted all that time trying to be all nice and big. Just if you don't like it, just get out my face. I'm like, damn, big.
You right.
I'm trying to talk nice. I'm trying to talk cool. Like, get my boy back. He like, if you don't like it, kick rocks.
You do the same thing. That's my dog. You do the same thing.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, my boy Montana say, Montana say, me and Big Gang sing the same too. Hey, bro, listen, I ain't mad. And see, I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? I ain't questioning y'all fandom ever.
Nope.
Ever. I'm never gonna question your fandom, because we need mad fans. Like, what? How Jerry and them gonna change if we are always happy? And this is the last thing I'm gonna say on this. This is the last thing I'm gonna say on this, because sometimes, let me keep it real, y'all. Should I lie? Keep it real.
No, don't lie to kick it.
Should I tell the truth? Sometimes we get sanctimonious, dog. Because it be like, listen, we need to put some positive energy out there, but these players need our positive energy. Let me just tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you the truth, and I'm gonna hit myself with a dragon right when I say this too. Let me hit it early.
Dracarys.
Let me hit it early. Listen. If positive energy won us Super Bowls, we would have 15 by now.
We have 100.
We would have 15 easily, big, or 20, because nobody is as loyal and positive than us with losing.
For real.
We can win 2 games, and the very next year we go be, I bought me 10 new jerseys. I redecorated my game room. I did. You see what I'm saying? It's nobody more loyal than us. So if positive energy was the way, we would have 20 Super Bowls. So I'm thinking we need to change the strategy. Instead of just being like, keep it positive, always be positive. We need some dogs when these girls out here twerking.
3-6 Mafia. We need 3-6 Mafia. Let go, motherfucking ride in this. You know that song, boss.
Yeah, that positive energy. I like it. It sounds good. It sounds cute. But it don't work.
If we don't, because here's the thing, and remember what we talked about, Boss and Law, that we ain't hating on, if you listen to us, we ain't hating like on Stephen Jones as far as how he does the roster, like with the young play. We don't hate on that. We don't hate on how he manipulates those contracts, getting people to sign lower. I don't
He good at that. He good.
He is great at that. That is his thing. He is awesome at that. But you ain't awesome in the football side of it. You, Jerry, you ain't awesome at football side of it. And I called out your record before, and I think that is my problem, boss-in-law, because y'all great on that business side. You great with them contracts. That's your thing. Y'all don't get the football people. Y'all feel like, oh, since we doing this great, we can do everything great. And obviously on this side of it, it shows 27 years where you're not great at that. And the team and the Cowboys community suffers because y'all trying to force it and trying to prove that we are good at this without
coaches.
You know who.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and Jimmy. So this is a question. He said, Boss Cowboy, be real. Do you think Kellen will help us to a Super Bowl with his play calling? It depends. So listen, Dallas versus Tampa is the #1 offense versus the #2 offense in the league last year. So what does that mean? Kellen not too far. All right. to Law's point, he not too far. He pissed me off, but he ain't too far off.
Yeah.
Kellen need an adjustment, and this is what I think Jerry was talking about. He need to be able to change his adjustments to go at playmakers, and that's what Jerry was just talking about when he said, "I want to see some adjustments."
Right.
When the defense is getting on to you, abandon that system and go to playmakers.
It's a fair assessment by Jerry Jones. Right?
Very fair.
It's just that we don't hear that from any other owners. Any other owners don't have 2 shows a week. And also Stephen Jones is going to have 2 shows a week. That's 4 shows a week that we're going to be giving out valuable informations about how our owner feels about the offensive coordinator, the head coach, and as well as the defensive coordinator and players. So this is what makes the Cowboys great of the information that's given out. And of course, people like me is going to dissect it and go over it. And then we're going to talk about this on and on and on.
And I do think it affects morale. Like somebody was asking the question. That's why you want people like Collins to get treated fairly, because that does affect morale. You hurt Collins as well as you hurt the guys that you're trying to help, because favor guys never max out either. You know what I mean? When you know when did Anthony Brown turn up? When did he turn up? When we drafted Boss Man and the Sean. When there was some real competition in this building, but as long as they kept Jordan Lewis would beat them out, what would they do? Anthony Brown, you start again. Jordan Lewis would beat him out again. Oh, go ahead, Anthony Brown. We believe in you. And he kept sucking.
And you know why they believe in him? Because of his rookie year. He had a good rookie year. Anthony Brown. Yep.
But he didn't have a better rookie year than Jordan Lewis. Jordan Lewis had a better rookie year. Way better. Yeah, he did. Way better. When Jordan Lewis was thrown out there in 2017, remember he missed that 2017 with that hamstring. Corner. And he played outside corner. He was rated
that 2016 Anthony Brown.
He smoked Anthony Brown. 2017 Jordan Lewis was
Anthony
better.
Brown. Anthony Brown numbers in his rookie year were very comparable to Jalen Ramsey. You know that, don't you?
Well, I mean, I did.
He did have a very good rookie year, but it was out of nowhere because he was almost damn near undrafted. Okay, so he kind of came out of nowhere. I feel like he didn't have no pressure because he was drafted in the 6th round. I don't feel like he had the pressure. See, here's the thing, though, Law. After he did good, then that pressure came, right? Because the expectation came, oh, you had a good rookie year, so you a player. They went after him. Womp, 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 womp. Womp, 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 womp. And then he had to get that good coaching to coach him up. There it is. That's what I want to hear.
I think that's the one you
wanted. Brown. Yeah, that's exactly the one I wanted. That's the one we wanted because, rookie year was all good, but then once the pressure came up, now we expect you to do it, he flopped, and he had to get some good coaching. But I just want to say one last thing, and I'm just kind of on this be quiet. I'm going to just listen to y'all right quick. Okay, I'm going to just tell you one thing that this is bothering me, y'all. I just can't get over it, and this is I'm sorry I don't want to talk about it, but I feel like when we talk about our team, we look at the team, right? I look at the team, and there's uncertainty with the offense, the receiving core and the offensive line. But there's still a lot of talent on the team, right? And we feel really good about the defense. Hella talent. I mean, we feel good about Dan Quinn, year 2. We feel good about it, right? Because we feel like that's still going to be a good team. But, my problem is, y'all, when I see that first take, it bothers me. When I see first take and I see Jerry Jones on there clowning with Stephen A. Smith, you're a fraud, you really a Cowboys fan. You going back and forth 80 years old on first take, doing this stuff, parading around, you still doing that stuff. And I feel like those are the reasons why, y'all. Nobody takes us serious. You feel like a football team takes us serious when your owner and general manager was over there parading and going against Stephen A. Smith over there and Michael Irvin, and they just yucking it up? Don't nobody take Dallas serious. I'm telling y'all. They don't take us serious. When you listen to those other players, they don't take us serious. That's why they be feeling like, well, you smack them in the mouth, they're going to fold. That's the reputation that Dallas has. Right now around the NFL, no matter what they say, that's why they said Dallas got to get tougher, because that's the feeling around the NFL. They still Hollywood. They still all the glitz and glamour, and all you got to do is smack them in the mouth, and they're going to fold. And we got to get past that. And it's
this is where you and I disagree, Big Game James. I don't think that this is the same team. I don't think that this is the same team, Big Game James. I get it. Jerry Jones gonna do Jerry Jones things, man.
This team law. You ain't even
I can already feel it. That this is, I think Parsons is different. I really believe what Dan Quinn is implementing for the defense is going to be different. This is not the same defense that Rob Marinelli had.
You don't have no clue about this offense, and you know that.
Well, I can tell you what this offense is still the same. The offense is still the same. It's still the same offense since 2007. The offense is still the same philosophy since 2007.
Same philosophy, but not the same play.
Not the same player, but what I'm saying is, the philosophy is still the same.
We just talked about Tyler Smith. You still got unknowns on this offensive line, and you just said this receiving core. We got Noah Brown starting, a rookie, and Jalen Tolbert the third as the third receiver, and then Simi Fehoko, who you didn't even see last year, and you going against a good Tampa defense, and you're telling me you feel totally different about this team and this whole offense and defense.
I said the offense is still the same. The defense is different.
No.
Defense win championships, though. Yeah.
The person, right? You're right. And I'm all about defense, but this personnel is totally different. And you sitting there coming out and telling me that this team is totally different. You haven't even seen it.
It's totally different.
Played in the preseason.
I said offense is still the same, right? Offenses is still the same philosophy since 2007. But I'm telling you that this defense is different. Defense win championship. Name me an offensive lineman that won the defense, won the Super Bowl for the Ravens. Name me the offensive lineman. Name me the offensive lineman for the.
You said this team is different.
This team is different, but the offense is still the same. This defense is different. This team is different.
So you saying this offense rolling out this year? You saying this
get that Kool-Aid
offense is the same offense as last year? Well, Amari Cooper.
No, the philosophy is still the same.
No, I ain't talking about no daggone philosophy. I'm talking about the players.
Wait a minute, Big Game James. What I'm saying is that the same offense is the same offense since 2007, collectively speaking. Right or wrong?
Right, you can have the same philosophy. We can have the greatest philosophy in the world, but if we ain't got the players, it don't matter about the philosophy, right?
Well, as far as the players, look, wait a minute, hold on. What you mean by the players? The players change out anytime. But what I'm saying is this defense is different.
I know that.
Special team is different. Did you bang on your chest? Wait a minute. Special teams and the defense is totally different.
Oh, so the kicker is different?
Put it like this. Last year, you see how many blocks that we had on blocks and what have you. So you try to tell me that this has been the same special team in the last 10 years?
I like Turpin, but you going to tell me that that kicking game is good?
We had Brian, what's his name? Brian Anger? Second team All-Pro?
We ain't talking about the punter. You know.
Oh, you talking about just field goal made?
I mean, that's big.
It's Brett Maher. Is Brett Maher field goal percentage better than what we had Greg Zuerlein last year?
You told. Is that what you believe in?
What'd you say?
Is that what you're telling yourself right now?
Yeah, what?
You believe in Maher? You believe in Maher?
Over Greg Zuerlein?
I do.
No,
I ain't gonna get in the fight. I like y'all fight. I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna just keep instigating. Let me keep instigating.
Law switched it because he said this defense, and I heard him
say
different. This team. Yeah.
But
And I said,
all right,
hey.
so you're talking about semantics. Well, all right, collectively, this team is different.
That's what you
collectively.
Time up.
Collectively,
Time
this team
up.
is different.
Time up.
Right.
God, dog, I had to put a clock on you fools.
Okay.
Hey, listen, man. All right, y'all put it in the chat. Who won the debate, man? I ain't gonna decide
Me.
this one. Long or big. I want to see. Hey, this is the first time I wasn't in this fight. Usually I be. Are you not entertained? I like that. I like seeing
But the
my boy fight.
philosophy on the offense is still the same, but collectively, the team is different.
I would have burnt both of y'all up. Y'all see, both of y'all would have been in there. Y'all lucky y'all ain't fight me.
Well, if it's in the fire, I'm the dude on the right. I'm the dude on the right because I'm right.
I mean, I already beat you, boss, with Jason Peters.
What you mean? Bro, I ain't even box you on that, bro. Man, I'm not gonna even box you on that, bro, because I done already won that debate. Don't even get me started on that. I cooked everybody on that debate. Don't you get me started.
Still on the right.
Man, see, somebody said a tie. Oh, everybody said it's a tie.
Yeah, right.
Everybody said it's a tie.
No, Law won.
Lost chat.
No. My channel's going with Law, dog. I'm sorry, man.
Are you not entertained?
They don't like me. That's cool.
You got me.
Y'all can hate me. I don't care.
I don't even think it's that big, dog.
They
Hold on,
you
man.
can
No.
feel Parsons is different.
Wait.
Look, you can feel Parsons is different. You can feel Sam Williams as a third team guy. He's a
Somebody
third
said,
team.
hold on, let me say to this. My boy said BJG has no optimism. Rock and roll. Come on, you can't make that. Come on, man. Y'all can't make that.
Super fan. That's the super fan. Super fan alert.
Optimism? I ain't got no optimism.
Realism.
Put it like this. Y'all gonna hate me now.
Oh Lord. Hold on. Let me get the cup out.
What?
Boss Cowboy. Is this team the same?
The same? Nah, it ain't the same.
What is
It's not the same.
2 against 1, but big game. What happened, man? You see?
What you mean?
Boss, I asked, is this team the same?
No, it's different.
So.
In some ways, it's better. In some ways, it's worse. The receiving core is not as good. Your quarterback is gonna be better because he had a good offseason. He had a full offseason this time. You know, I think your defensive ends are gonna replace Randy Gregory. I'm confident of that.
Yeah.
I know Steele is better than Lyle Collins. Only the fan think different. I don't know what's up with them. They act like Collins was out there balling. I be like, boy, yo, stop it. So, play calling, it sounds like it's gonna be the same, bro. And if it's gonna be the same, I'm gonna be honest with you. If we don't learn how to attack matchups, we gonna get bounced, dog.
Yo.
I ain't gonna lie to you. We gonna get bounced. I'm not gonna, and that's not being pessimistic. We saw what this offense does against good teams if we don't go at our playmakers. If we don't listen to Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, we go get bounced again. If we go in there like Kellen Moore mind, I'm going with Kellen Moore mind over the playmaker, Jimmy Johnson. Even Romo called out Kellen Moore. Yeah, and talked about how, yes, initially your offensive systems are going to work, but when defensive catches up to you, you got to be able to rely on your playmakers. Romo said the same thing. So listen, y'all, I know y'all want me to be optimistic and all this kind of stuff, but if he don't have no switch up, if he do the exact same stuff that he did last year, yeah, we gonna be one and done, bro. But if he change, if he like, hey man, we go feed Amari, we go feed Pollard, we go feed Zeke, we go feed our stars in these big games, we go rock. We gonna go all the way to the Super Bowl. We that cold.
Oh, he said that SB. He said Super Bowl word.
If.
If.
Yeah.
You can keep your head when all about you. Yeah. I feel you,
so,
man.
Before we talk about Super Bowl, though, obviously it's Tampa. All right.
Okay.
So we got Mike Evans, obviously, we got Devin White. We got these boys coming on back. They not the same. We not the same. Last year, we was the number 1 offense. They was the number 2 offense in the league. Points and yards. All right. So, but the faces are different. He don't got Gronk. He don't got the big playmakers that helped out last time. He don't have Antonio Brown. We don't have Amar. I think we gonna beat these dudes. I think we gonna beat these dudes.
My feelings are getting more to us winning because I had us 0-2 out the box.
Yeah,
I still have us losing to Cincinnati in my opinion. I don't feel like they're the better team. I just feel like it's going to be a fluky game.
Yeah.
But that Tampa Bay game, before their injuries, before the things were Tom Brady, new coach, lose your center, you're going through some changes. Like I said, if this was ever a time for the Cowboys to beat Tom Brady, this is the year for them to get them.
Yeah.
And with the defense that we're talking about that we feel could be really, really good, borderline special, especially if Parsons takes that next leap that we feel he's going to take, he'll put the defense on his back and they're all going to follow him. There's already talent there. They can really get after Brady and it's really going to be the offense, fellas. I mean, it's really,
Right.
That's what it's going to come down in my opinion. I mean, what is this offense going to do? Because that is what I have totally unknown, except that running game. When it's a 3rd and 9, what's going to happen? Who's that going to hit? You know what I'm saying? Are there going to be those 13, 14 play drives? Are we going to be able to quick strike them, hit them? Because we don't have the playmakers besides CD. You feel me? Is Turpin going to get a game? Those are the things that I'll be looking on the offensive end that was really going to catapult us. Because if we can make those plays, Dallas can really win in a blowout, I feel, because I feel like that defense can be really good.
Yeah.
What's that, a blowout?
Blowout.
It could be
man.
that.
It could
That
be.
defense can get, because it's opportunistic. We saw it. 34 turnovers last year led the league, right? Led the league in interceptions, fumbles, everything. Dallas hadn't did that in 20 years in their apex as far as the turnover margin and the turnover to negative margin. So when we see that, and the Cowboys just added, right? Dan Quinn is in the lab, and what I heard him say is, I ain't trying to talk about it. You don't hear Dan Quinn talking about it, right? That's what I like about Dan Quinn. He ain't talking about it. He said, yeah, I hear a lot of talk, but I ain't trying to do all that talk. I want to see it on the field. So I feel like he's intense, he's dialed in, and he's got a whole new wave of players. That Deron Bland, you got Israel Mukumu. Like, you got guys that are stepping up now because they want to get on the field, and that's what we like. And when you got all that, that's when you saw that 90s to a 90s saying is that defense, but we remember that 92 Cowboys defense, that 93, when it just kept on having waves and waves of players, and we were like, man, this defense is just good. They just got so many players. That's what I feel about this defense right now.
Right. Yeah.
We can't have Dak Prescott throwing the ball for 58 times. That's how many times he attempted to throw last year versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Although the final score was 29-31, they abandoned the run, and how we started is exactly how we finished. Tony Pollard only touched the ball 3 times last year against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What if I told you Tony Pollard was averaging 4.7 yards per tote? We got to utilize all of our weapons and not relegate to some of our weapons. We will be missing out on Amari Cooper, who had 13 receptions, 139 yards, and he was averaging 10.7 yards per catch, and he had 2 touchdowns. So what we need out of this game is somebody to stand tall. This should be the looks of CeeDee Lamb. Last year in this game, he had 3 drops, 1 actual drop that went through his hand that would cost an INT. Those type of things I don't need to see from my number 1 wide receiver, who should be the game changer and the playmaker in this game. They should run the ball behind Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard in this game and get back to physicality on football. We've been talking about bring in Mr. Nasty, all offense, all the offense, all off season. And the only thing that changed on this offensive line are two people. Connor Williams is gone and Tyron Smith is gone. So the offensive line collectively should be still the same if we bring in, like I said, the physical nature of Tyler Smith and Connor McGovern and get back to running the ball, play action, open it up for Dak Prescott. I want to see Dak Prescott get anywhere from 25 to 30, maybe 30 attempts would be the most, but 25 will be the max for me in this game. And we get back to running this ball, and I think we'll be victorious. I don't care who the Buccaneers got on the offense or the defensive side of the ball. If you guys look back at what the Saints did to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they shut Tom Brady down. I'm quite sure that the 2022 defense of the Dallas Cowboys is better than last year's Saints. And I know that that's a divisional game, a rivalry game for them, Saints versus Bucks, but I'm quite sure if we replicate what the Saints did to Tom, shoot, it's going to be a long night for him.
Yeah, man. The reason why I'm showing some of these cornerbacks, because I think it's going to come down to these guys. I think the game going to come down to about three things. First is going to be the play of these corners. Second is going to be the play of our trenches. That's what I think it's going to come down to. I think we need to see a major step up from Quinn Bohanna on first down. So him and Neville Gallimore, to me, got to be the guys that create the opportunities for our corners to be very aggressive on third down. So I think your first down is going to come down to your trenches. Your third downs are going to come down to your corners. Because that's all really Brady got. He ain't got too much. He had way more last year. If he can't get it going with Mike Evans and Julio Jones, it's over, dog. Just being honest. And I feel you, Big. We could blow them balls out. Also, I think it's going to come down to discipline, especially because we got to run the ball. And when we go run the ball, that's the scary part. And that's how we could lose discipline. Pre-snap penalties. We saw too much of that, but we did see an improvement as preseason went on. But they can't start sloppy. If we start sloppy, we walking out with an L in our own house.
Yep.
But if we play disciplined, physical football, we go beat these boys. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, final words.
Let me go first. Just my final words as Dallas heads into this matchup. We've been talking about it, boss. Early in the season when I did this, my own prediction, I said the Cowboys would end up 12-5. I said they would be back-to-back NFC champs, first time in over 20 years. We need to see in the playoffs, though. I'm going to still stick with that. I still feel like they can win the division. And, it starts right here. I did have them going out 0-2 at the box. But after I've been seeing how Tampa has been going as far as their lineups, their injuries, the things that have been going on with Brady, the new coach, I worry about our offense, but this is the best time to do it. So let's just get it. It's time. You know what I mean? It's enough of the talking. It's finally here, and like I said, it's not regular season for me, fellas. It's the playoffs, baby. Yeah, that's my final word.
And my final word is I'm excited that the season is finally here. It's been a lot of work between all of us. Training camps, draft, books was written. You know what I mean? 4 and 5 videos a day by Law. The Best of Enemies by Big. It's been a lot of work preparing for this moment. And now talk is cheap. It's time for our boys to go out there and put in that action. You know what I'm saying? So we finally get a chance to kick off this season, and we go enjoy it. We go enjoy it. All of us are going to enjoy it, all the work that we put in, because every channel is different. Everybody got a different flavor. You know what I mean? I'm the problem solver. You know what I'm saying? That's what I really take pride in. I like to solve problems. And I put in a lot of work talking about Kellen Moore, talking about the risk of not cross-training. But now that's over with. Now let's come together. Now it's time for us to fight these dogs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we put out enough warnings. We did all of that. Now let's hug. Let's lock arms. Let's get them knuckles ready. Here we are. It's the season time, and we gonna enjoy this, man. It's finna be fun. You know what I'm saying? And lastly, don't get my boy twisted. Don't get my boy Big twisted. We gonna have a good time. You know what I mean? Every win, we gonna be smiling. We gonna be enjoying it. But we ain't gonna never stop calling out the stuff that risk us losing the big one. That's one thing you ain't gonna get out of Law. You ain't gonna get it out of Big. You ain't gonna get it out of me. That's my final word.
That's a good final word, by the way. What we see right now is when expectations meets reality. And on top of that, this is when the intangibles see the tangibles. And shout out to Leonard Owens. Shout out to Ken Art. Appreciate you guys for making the extreme donations today. Aaron Stanley, Brian Gaines, as well as Don Pablo. Appreciate you guys for making the extreme donations over here. And shout out to Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett then gave me a cash app. I don't know if that's the real Warren Buffett, but shout out to you, Warren Buffett, as well as Tony Boswell for the cash app, man. So shout out to those, man. So shout out to everybody, man. But this is my final word to all of this. Like what Boss said, it's put up or shut up.
Yep. And
this is now when the rubber meets the road. The Cowboys versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is a home game. Now, all what Big Game James said earlier, hey, we need to see if this team is going to be different. I'm banging on the table, and I'm with hope that this team is going to be different, right? I can see the tangible evidence that the defense is operated differently. I can see with tangible evidence that the special team is operating differently. But this offense is still the area that it appears that it may just be the same. And they are only leaning on Rain Dakota Prescott. So that moment, right at this time, my guy, Boss Cowboy, put up Rain Dakota picture before I even got a chance to even say this. So I know that something special about this season is about to happen for Rain Dakota Prescott. Me and Boss had a chance and an opportunity to speak to his father. And he said that, hey, this game, this team is meant for him to play in this moment, and I can't wait to see what he's going to pull out of the mud, because we looking for Prescott to stand tall against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to erase all of the ill past that we have against Tom Brady, and it will happen on Sunday night. That's my final word.
There it is. All right.
3, 2, 1, drop it. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best.
Those grills drop it hard.
Let's go.
Man. All right. The final.
You pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud too.
The final. The final.
Let's get it.
Maybe I just want to run it up. Can we check or something? I've been really in the field, let up.
You've been in the field, baby.
I love it, man. I love this new.
I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just want to run it up.
I got downs on the
no deals, I make the deal. I have to take it to a meal.
Hey, there's one thing I ain't changing. We ain't changing that. Run it up. We gonna change everything, but run it up. We still want to run it up. You hear me?
We're losing.
Lately, I just want to run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play. Charge it to the game. I'm with L, I'm with T Black, I'm with Rabbit now.
Landlord, I see you, big dog.
I'm with Chucky now. Still the same.
Everson Walls, baby.
It's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer. I experiment. You can
Hashtag
on the shelf and I'm not search for the one, but baby girl is nothing really this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer.
Shout out to you, Tony Boswell.
I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately,
Cash
I just
app
wanna
to me,
run
man.
it up.